Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and recently I was asked by a subscriber who I thought would be sort of a fitting writing directing team for the oncoming Star Wars trilogy that's going to begin with Episode 7 in 2015 after George Lucas basically sold the keys to the kingdom, the whole Star Wars kit and caboodle, Indiana Jones as well, I'm assuming, over to Disney. And, I'm somebody who has a really horrible memory when it comes to directors and writers and stuff like that. I mean, I'll know them in the moment when I'm watching the movie, but it kind of just leaves my mind after that. And the thing about it is, though, while I'm kind of still struggling on a writing team, I do have four top contenders names for directors that cropped up immediately in my mind. Now, the top would have to be sort of a half and half between two guys. One is Joe Johnston. Here's somebody who already has a history with one of the Lucasfilm properties, that being the Indiana Jones, series. He also directed some young Indiana Jones, and he directed one of my favorite sort of action hero movies, The Rocketeer. Now, getting more into superhero territory, he also directed Captain America: The First Avenger, one of the grand epic scope, stepping stones to the Avengers. And this guy, I mean, he just knows how to tell highfalutin action adventure and a really great story. He tells an engaging story, makes you laugh, makes you get on the edge of your seat with the action and stuff like that. Root for the hero. He can definitely handle it. I definitely would nominate him as a top contender. Now, right in line with him, sort of vying for that number one spot, maybe for some people even pushing Johnston out of the way, I did mention Avengers, and that came out of the Disney-Marvel partnership. Well, Joss Whedon would be a natural cast for a director, and even a writing credit, frankly, because this is a guy who brought us Firefly and Serenity, and he knows how to do that sort of sharp, sardonic wit and action adventure all rolled up into one. He's already done space stuff, so I mean, it would just be like a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. Of course, he's already wrapped up in Avengers 2, but who knows what could follow on the coattails of that. Even a producer credit for that guy and a writing credit, and say Johnston directs while he's doing Avengers 2, that would be just a match made in heaven. I think that would blow us all out of the water with potential. Now, following up on that, I did consider a little bit Christopher Nolan. He was another name that cropped up. But the thing is, he's so sort of bent on reality and surreality, I don't know if he would be fitting for the Star Wars universe necessarily. He could definitely tell a grand story, there's no doubt in my mind, but if it has to be so overtly, I guess you could say henpecked into reality, I don't know if I want a Star Wars movie that is, So while he is on my list as probably the fourth place, I would say that coming in third would be Guillermo del Toro. This is a cat. Hellboy. Come on. I mean, this guy, he has such an imagination. He definitely handles the wit very nicely, and action adventure. Once again, you're rooting for that underdog hero in Hellboy, and you see the just majestic vision of the second one. And frankly, I kind of hope we'll eventually get a third, but failing that, put that guy in charge of the reins of Star Wars. These are my top four names for directing, a Star Wars trilogy. And basically, I'd love to hear from you guys below who you think might be fitting for a director-writer credit if you don't agree with any of these. And if you do, tell me why. So that's pretty much my thoughts on it for now, and I'll pretty much leave it there. And otherwise, I'll catch you later. Peace.